Wow, Chris, walk me through the restart with SVG, and then were you sizing up a move, and were you surprised when he sort of made that bobble?
Oh man, I was it's such a good build. Summaries.com Ford Mustang. This team is so great. Long run speed was just phenomenal, and thought we lost it there on that last one, and just man, to stay right there with him. That was the spot that he was better than us, and he missed it. So I tried to cross over, and he went to cut, and just hard race it there, but just such an awesome finish to be that good for so much at the end of the race, all race, to get a win. It's good. We came here to be spoiler. We're going to do that.
Does this eliminate some of the sting from not being in the playoffs, Chris?
Yeah, certainly. And we would have liked to have won a couple weeks ago, but this is huge. This is such a big win for us. Everybody at RFK's worked so hard, and to finally get a road course win, man. We've been so close so many times. To finally pull that off, it's fantastic.
What was that like behind the wheel when you saw him make that mistake? Did your eyes get wide and say, this is my shot?
I knew it was. I got in there deeper than I had been, and I think he was still going. So I had a good shot, or a good feeling that it was probably going to bottom out. It's smoother, not smooth. So it was a big moment, big opportunity for us, and able to roll on by.
And what an incredible battle, Marty, catching up here, Shane Van Gisbergen, and you were leading there into the bus stop. What happened? What was that mistake?
Driver error, yeah. I knew Chris was really going to send it and push me if he could get there, and as I turned in, got a bit loose and clipped the inside wall and just driver error. I'm gutted. Weather tech tomorrow was really good. The race was awesome with Ross and Chris and the others at the end. I'm gutted we couldn't get it, but I had a lot of fun, but I'm pretty angry at myself.
I see you smiling, though, through the anger there. You used the bumper down in turn one. He used the bumper there into the carousel. Is that fair play there since you used it into one?
I think so, yeah. It was just a little bump to get him wide, and I knew I was gonna get it back, so that's why I was pushing so hard, and it is what it is, but just gutted.
You can tell, guys, it was a crazy race, an awesome race, but he's still smiling there in finishing second.
Yeah, Steve, I think Martin and I have been talking about the bad luck this team has had for about 2 months now, and it looked like for a while it would turn around. Martin, kind of walk me through what you saw there at the very end.
Yeah, I mean, I thought, our research Camry was, it was solid. Needed to be better on long runs for sure, but, we worked hard, persevered, and had good strategy, I think, to, have a decent day. And, you just, as always, you get to the cautions at the end, and guys just drive right through you. So a mistake on my part to pick the outside lane on the restart, and then, just got pushed 3 or 4 wide in the S's and in the marbles, and then that was the first the first restart, and then the green-white checker got pushed up in the marbles again, and then run into from behind and wrecked. So luckily we got some tires at the end and passed a few, passed like 6 cars in the last restart. But it's just crazy that all these races always come down to this, and I don't really understand how guys can call themselves the best in the world when they just drive through everyone on restarts at the end of these races. So it's very frustrating, but yeah, it is what it is these days, so I'm out of here.
And Carson Hocevar comes home in the 3rd position in his first Cup start at Watkins Glen. That restart, is there anything you could have done differently? And what were you doing and thinking watching the first 2 battle?
Have bigger gonads to drive it down in deeper like I probably should have. I knew how bad this car was yesterday. We were 38th, we were horrible, but this Mattress Warehouse 77 team was really, really strong, and I did everything I could to have leverage, and then I decided to just give away all my leverage. A little frustrating with myself, but I reminded this team, and Luke is such a good leader of this Mattress Warehouse 77 bunch that he reminds us that I'm going to be this much better, and if we could get in the playoffs next year when this race matters, we're going to have a really good notebook, but also too, I'm going to be better, and the team's going to be better to capitalize when that opportunity comes again.
Career best finish in the Cup Series for Carson Hocevar.
Ty Gibbs finishes 22nd here today. You were able to get stage points in stage 2. Take us through your day. There was a lot of chaos out there.
Yeah, a lot of chaos for sure. We were just not good today, and fought to have a good points day, but wish we could have had a better finish totally, and had a better points day. But it's just part of it. Hopefully we learn and come back better. Just not a good day.
So you came in here +1 above the cut line. You're now +6. So there was some improvement. What do you have to do at Bristol next week?
Yeah, I think we were really solid the last 2 races. So hopefully we can have a good race this weekend and this coming weekend and have great points day. I feel like we're solid enough there to go win the last 2 times we were there. So hopefully we can get over that step and go win it. So thank you to CW, thank you to Toyota, Monster Energy. Wish you had a better day.
It's going to be a high-pressure Bristol for the 54 team.
Well, I'm not sure how to summarize the first 2 playoff races for Denny Hamlin. Can you describe the level of frustration with what happened today, Denny?
No, I mean, yeah, it's just a couple races where, things out of your control just didn't go well. Yeah, I mean, the first lap, I mean, certainly I got to take responsibility for what I did on Saturday, which is not qualifying well, right? And so that's on me, and certainly that put us right in the middle of where wrecks usually happen, and we got shoved into it.
Yeah, so let's talk about Bristol coming up next week, -6 below the cut line. Clearly not a must-win scenario at all, but what's the confidence level knowing you've won, number 1, back-to-back races, but number 2, how good you guys were on the tire there in the spring?
We'll be fine. I have no doubts that we're going to be good and up front and control our own destiny.
Have you ever been through a stretch like this in your career, Denny, especially in the playoffs?
No, not really, but we haven't really had tracks like this in the playoffs for the most part. Usually, you've got road courses and super speedways and a lot of them, but you don't have as many in the playoffs as what we have this year. So it's making for a lot of attrition and certainly, some good cars there below the cut line that likely will get eliminated.
They've called Bristol their house. He's going to have to go there and gain some points. Currently -6 below the cut line for Denny Hamlin.
And Chase Briscoe comes home in the 6th position. Bigger than that, you made up a deficit. Came in this race -21. You leave +6. You were in stage points in both stages. How big was this day for you and the team?
Yeah, it was huge. I mean, that's what we needed to do, right? Was score stage points, run good in the race, and we were able to do that. So, yeah, really good, solid day for highpoint.com Ford. Felt like I could have got a couple more points, but just didn't want to risk it there at the end. I knew I was in a pretty good position compared to a lot of the field. So, yeah, did what we needed to do. Just need to go do that same thing next week. Just hit singles and doubles and don't do anything crazy. As long as we just execute all day long, it should be enough. So just go on to Bristol and see what we can do.
Brad Keselowski had a battle of a day, ultimately ends up in the 26th position, but the day ended with a conversation on pit road between you and Joey Logano. What was that conversation about?
Yeah, we had brand new tires, both of us, and everybody in front of us was on old tires, and we restarted, I guess, 14th, 16th, and I passed him and didn't quite get clear him, and he got in the marbles and slid into me, and we wrecked. It's a shame because the tires we had, we were going to make chicken salad out of chicken, Kim, but and I feel like we were going to have a top 10, top 5 day with the tire advantage we had, but instead we went all the way back and we're all tore up and finished 26. So big hit for us. That was, probably a 15, 16 point swing or more, and but it is what it is, and we'll go to Bristol.
Disappointed Brad Keselowski leaves this race -12 to the elimination line.
Catching up with Austin Cindric, who gets a top 10 here, but more importantly, you're leaving here +43 above the cut line, and your car looks far cleaner than any of the other cars I see out here. So a relatively clean day for you guys.
Yeah, for the most part, I thought our long run speed was super strong. Kind of wish that last run would have gone green, but yeah, the points are great. The execution's been good enough to get these finishes, and the speed in our car has been good enough to get these finishes. So proud of the effort for the first 2, and next week I really feel like it's the biggest wild card. So realistically, I mean, +43 is about as good as you could ever ask to be starting the playoffs. So we'll do our jobs next week, come prepared, and try and do more of the same.
Do you feel safe?
Never feel safe, Parker, but I feel better than most, that's for sure. I mean, it's been a treacherous round, and like I said, having fast cars is really been able to play to our benefit and get this Auto Trader Ford Mustang a solid finish.
Great performance by the 2 team in the first 2 races of the playoffs.
Tough day for William Byron. The good news is you're still +25 to the elimination line headed into Bristol. How would you summarize you and the team's day here?
It was just chaos. I mean, we started off and then we got it really pretty good there in the second stage, or the third stage. We made a long stop there and got pretty happy. Drove to, I think we were 11th on track, and then some of those guys still had to pit. So felt good about that. And then we came in, took tires, had a restart in the 20s, and it was going to work out, I thought. then those guys got connected together. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but I was getting to the outside of the 22, and then the 6 kind of hooked back to the left. So glad we got some points in stage 2. That was helpful, and we just got to go to Bristol and have a good weekend. It was just kind of a nightmare weekend.
Hi, I'm Parker Kligerman. For more access like this from Pit Road, be sure to click and subscribe to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube channel.